Hey folks, I had a little bit alarming surprise the other morning when I got up. There was sizzling coming from my circuit box. That's not a good sign. Stay tuned and I'll share with you how I fixed it. Hello folks, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host Jerry Hansen. Yeah, the other morning I got up and I noticed the light on the china hutch was flickering, and I noticed that the power went out and came back on the coffee maker because it reset itself, and I was wondering, did we have a power outage? Well, that was occurring over the past week, and it wasn't until that morning I came with my cup of coffee and stood at the back door window looking out over my farm, checking livestock, seeing if everything was okay. And then the light started flickering, but at that moment I was standing next to the power box and I heard the sizzle, sizzle, fizzle. That was not a healthy sign. So I traced down the what was going on, and I finally figured it out. The lights were flickering because something's going on in the circuit box, which is causing the power to flicker only on that circuit. So I mapped out all of my circuits and wrote them in Sharpie ink on the inside panel, so it helps me know what plugs go to what circuit breaker. So I located the circuit breaker. It's number 7. I went ahead and got a Phillips screwdriver and removed the 4 screws that hold the panel on. But before I did that, I wanted to turn the power main off, and then also turn the power main off in the circuit box here, and then remove the panel, and then get to that circuit, and you can expose the circuits, all the circuits. Now you can use a flathead screwdriver or your fingers and try to pry this little circuit breaker out of there. It tilts out, or it swings out one way because it has a hook on one end that it clips in, and there's a little metal contact device that grabs a hold of the metal power bar or the bus bar that's inside the circuit box. So what I did was took a flathead screwdriver, removed the wire, and took this item down with me to town to go find another circuit breaker. I went to 6 locations. So if you guys want to, it was frustrating. If you guys need to replace a circuit, especially in a unit like this, chances are it's not going to match in town, so you really have to go to a specialty store to get the product that you want. And make sure you match the amps. This is a 10 amp or 20 amp breaker, and I was replacing 20 amp for 20 amp, and it has to have this little side mount clip. Here's an example of another breaker I have for the other box, and this is a center mount clip. So that's all they stocked in the local hardware store. So I found a specialty store, the last one I found, finally found it. It was about $30 to replace this thing. Came home, reattached it, the wire back into it, and made sure it was good and tight with that flathead screw. And then I clipped it back in reverse order, seated it firmly in place. Turn the power on, and then put my circuit panel cover back on, and then flipped on the main power. Now I've got power, no more sizzle, and that's how I changed out my circuit in my circuit box. If you guys are afraid to work with electricity, I'm confident with working with electricity. I've been doing it for years, but if you guys don't know what you're doing, please call in an electrician. They can come in and take care of it. Oh, and get you back going. But yeah, if you look at this, a little clip here, it was frying, and that was dangerous. I didn't know how much danger it would have. Thank goodness this whole circuit box panel is, the whole thing is metal, so it wasn't going to spark a fire. Everything was contained right to this. So that's a disaster averted. Now my lights are working. I have no more sizzle, sizzle, crackle, crackle, and the lights are staying on. Well, I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a frugal homestead tucked up in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. This is my little DIY and how I figured out how to make it happen. Got it fixed up myself, cost me 30 bucks. And was it a 60 mile round trip to town? And then running around to all those stores. Stay tuned to more videos. You can do that by subscribing and clicking that bell icon. That'll let you to new videos as I upload them. Give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and click that share button. Sharing my videos on your social media platforms helps us out a lot. Hey, you guys be safe. Please be kind. We'll see you guys in the next adventure. Bye-bye now.